This is question 5 of the P2.3 end of topic test. On screen now is the mark scheme for your question, so please mark your work. If you get part of the question wrong, I suggest you listen to the rest of the recording to find out how to answer the question correctly in the future. So in the first part of the question, you have to use the correct circuit symbols to show how a battery, an ammeter and a voltmeter could be used to measure the resistance of the gauge. Here we're connecting leads. So the first thing we need to do is begin to attach them. So I've got a drawing from here. Now bearing in mind it'll be a lot neater with a pencil. A battery, remember, is 2 or more cells. There's my battery. I'm going to have that attached to my ammeter, which I'm going to have down here. And that goes back to connecting wires there. Remember, all these should be joined together. The last thing that I'm missing is I need a voltmeter. The voltmeter should go across all that information there. So I'll have a voltmeter across my cell. I could have also put a voltmeter in this bit here if I wanted to. And that's how they should be connected. So you get a mark, just one mark. Remember that the voltmeter needs to be in parallel, and that the battery and battery and ammeter need to be in series. If you draw more than 2 cells for your battery, that's okay. And that brings us to the end of that first part of the question. Okay, so the next part of the question, it says write down the equation that links current, potential difference, resistance, so V equals I times R. Remember in the exam, if you write an equation, you're supposed to actually write out what it means as well, so you have to write V is potential difference, I is current and R is resistance. But for this case, I'll just get you the mark. The next thing, let's use V equals I times R here. And you've been given that the battery is 3 volts and the current is 0.2, so you've got 3 equals 0.025 times by R. Rearranging that gets me R equals 3 over 0.025, and putting that into my calculator gets 120 ohms, so that should be 120. Yeah, a mark for 120 and a mark for substituting incorrectly. That brings us into that bit. So then it says, when the gauge is stretched, the current flowing through it changes to 0.22 amps. State how the resistance of the gauge has changed. You don't need to do any further calculation. So the fact that the current has gone from 0.025 to 0.02 means the current's gone down, so the resistance has increased. Again, that is 1 mark. Finally, it says John has been asked to measure the strain that heavy lorries cause when they go over a road bridge. John tries to do this by linking a strain gauge to the data logger and a computer. Give one reason why. So you can have anyone from 2 here. So the first one is that John doesn't have to be there because it will do the measurements itself. And the second one is to reduce human error, or remove human error. So the idea that it takes out the fact that John might miss one, and either one of those is worth a mark. And that brings us to the end of that question.